All of my work is inspired by planetary science and the surfaces of planets and moons. When I'm looking at an image, I'm trying to see, okay, what's the first thing that happened to the geology? What's the next thing? I'm trying to build my pieces according to that timeline. Straight lines represent tectonics. Squiggly lines represent erosion. Circles mean impact cratering. And blobs, or organic shapes, mean volcanism. So you can take these really, really basic art concepts, and a third grader can start to analyze and understand the geologic processes they're seeing. Think of them like layers of colored glass. The color emerges through the layering of those slight transparencies to build up the intensity of color. So I actually, for every layer, I'm just using a few drops. Describing my work as painting is sometimes complicated for me because it's really more like wall sculpture. There's so many layers, they're so constructed that they're not a traditional work on canvas.
I would consider myself mostly a maker of things. For me, art is more the craft of things. So if somebody does something well, then there is an art to it. People say it looks like they've been manufactured sometimes when they're done, but each one is, individual and hand textured, so they all look slightly different, and then when the patinas and the colors go on there, they all take on their own quality. There are times when I get really tired of making the hemispheres, but when I'm done with them, I love them because I think the patterns always change, like no two are ever identical. Most of the time we do exhibit together. Remarkably, I think the work looks really well together and it works really well, and maybe because we're both inspired by nature. We both have very similar concepts, and we go to our studios and work individually, but somehow the concepts seem to work together.